Given the large potential for substitution when it comes to biofuels and to substitute to fossil fuels, and at the same time, we have this great number of conflict of aims and trade-offs when it comes to sustainability. Do you argue that we should go for something like good enough sustainability when it comes to biofuels?
Yeah. I think that it's a mistake to think of sustainability in terms of black and white. I don't buy the idea that we have this bucket of biofuel that's sustainable and this bucket that isn't. It's a continuum. It's all about shades of grey, and I think that we should incentivize the maximum that we can get to. So, you know, what we said, I'll just flick back to the previous slide, what we said there is we want a minimum threshold that's better than fossil, but then we want a system in place that actually encourages people to head to the maximum, because saying that you want a 65% reduction actually doesn't encourage the people who could do 90%. So I think that we need a system that is flexible and that looks at the actual value of the carbon reduction and rewards that, rather than just says, oh, let's just be mediocre and we'll stick to the lowest common denominator on everything.
So we should use a grey scale, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Are there any questions here? Yeah, please.
Hi, I'm Erlend Krogstad from the Norwegian Forest Owners Federation, and thanks for a very interesting presentation. My question had to do with circular economy, which I think will be a very important frame for biofuel development in the years to come. You said you wouldn't offer any solutions in your talk, so I'm not asking you to provide the solution to that question, but how do you think that we should go about thinking about biofuels within the circular economy framework? I mean, what are the conditions under which biofuel can be considered, you know, a good solution in that kind of framework?
I have yet to see a convincing framework for the circular economy. I think that we've been persuaded on the basis of a nice concept. Yeah, of course, it's a great idea that everything should go round in a circle and we don't lose many atoms and we keep recycling them. But what is the environmental benefit of doing that? You know, where are the hard numbers that show me what the carbon benefit is of continuously trying to recycle the same stuff and putting more energy in order to get the same quality the second time round? Where is the evidence on the resource space? I do think there are some areas where it would probably make a lot of sense. I mean, I think the previous slide from previous speakers showed the energy density of different carriers, and we had the elephant in the room, the lithium-ion battery, sitting there in the bottom corner. I think our rare earth metals and some of what we have around nutrients, some phosphorus and that sort of thing, actually, they're really worth preserving. And there's a big argument there for that continuous recycling loop. But on some of the other things that we claim to be trying to preserve, I really fail to get it. I fail to see how we've got a solid set of metrics that are actually telling us that this is worth doing, this constant recycling and the circular economy concept. So I think we need to take a long, hard look at the circular economy and decide what we're actually trying to achieve in terms of those sustainable development goals and what our benchmark metrics for that are. I believe that if we do that, we will then see a whole host of situations where biofuels do sit alongside reuse of other materials. But I think we need to think about that on a specific product basis and a specific resource basis. And I'm not at all convinced that the same set of rules will apply to different sectors.
Thank you. Unfortunately, we have no time for more questions. Thank you so much, Patricia.
Thank you.
You want another one?